Apparently, talent runs in the family. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 real-life parent and child movie team-ups.
Dad, what are you doing here?
I was going to ask you the same question.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at films that featured children, adult or otherwise, acting alongside one of their parents.
Hey, what are all these cars doing on my place?
Number 10, Jon Voight and Angelina Jolie, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider.
Daddy?
Sure, no one would call this film a contemporary action classic, but as far as video game adaptations go, the 2001 Tomb Raider film remains among the most rewatchable and entertaining of the lot. More importantly, it gave us viewers the opportunity to see screen legend Jon Voight act alongside his equally successful A-list daughter, Angelina Jolie.
But time was stolen from us. And it's not fair.
No, it's not fair.
Funnily enough, the parent and child act is one that Jolie would go on to reenact with her own daughter, Vivienne Jolie Pitt, who made her debut at the tender age of 4 alongside her mom in the 2014 film Maleficent.
Go away.
Number 9, Natasha Richardson and Vanessa Redgrave, Evening.
I guess I wanted it to be a surprise.
Though Vanessa Redgrave might not be a household name with younger generations, fans of classic cinema will tell you that she is a legend. In addition to conquering both Broadway and London's West End, the celebrated actress also appeared in numerous critically acclaimed films, and has claimed pretty much every major acting award out there. Her daughter, Natasha Richardson, followed in her footsteps, becoming a successful actor both on stage and in film.
Used to cry whenever I put that dress on, do you remember?
Tragically, she passed away in 2009, leaving behind husband Liam Neeson. Though Evening didn't perform well with critics, both actresses worked various minor miracles with the weak material they'd been given.
I've been meaning to tell you what I've learned about how it must have been for you.
Number 8, Ben and Jerry Stiller, Zoolander.
I hope you finish touching your roots because Mugatu's making you an offer you won't believe.
Where would Derek Zoolander be without his duplicitous manager with a heart of gold and a prostate the size of a honeydew, Maury Ballstein? You can tell that the real-life father and son were having fun making this film, each going for broke in their respective roles as the mindless model and the glamorous and gruff manager.
Let me tell you something. Nobody can touch Derek. Nobody!
Of course, this wasn't the only time that they shared the screen. They also appeared together in rom-com The Heartbreak Kid, in which they played father and son Eddie and Doc Cantro. And Ben Stiller's mom, Anne Mira, briefly appeared in Zoolander as well. Number 7, Kirk and Michael Douglas, It Runs in the Family.
I always take the train.
I know you like the train, Dad.
This family dramedy might not have lived up to its potential, but even so, seeing Golden Age star Kirk Douglas share the screen with his son Michael Douglas was a rare treat. Add to that the inclusion of Kirk's ex-wife and Michael's mother, actress Diana Dill, and a member of the third generation in the form of Cameron Douglas, and well, you wind up with a cinematic family affair of unparalleled scale.
You can't have 1 minute go by without trying to insult me?
I'm just telling it like it is.
Like it is?
The film received generally poor reviews, but the scenes shared by Kirk and Michael were nonetheless remarkable. Even if the film failed as a whole, it was an experiment in heritage and legacy that we were happy to be a part of.
And Alex, you're a much better father than I was.
Thank you.
Number 6, Janet Leigh and Jamie Lee Curtis, The Fog. Talk about a horror buff's dream come true. The Fog was master of horror John Carpenter's follow-up to his debut feature film, Halloween, and he brought the newly crowned Scream Queen, Jamie Lee Curtis, along for the ride. While Curtis managed to make a name for herself in horror in her own right, her mother, Janet Leigh, also just so happened to be an early horror icon, having played the doomed Marion Crane in Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho.
Just be civil to me for another 5 hours, that's all I ask.
The two didn't play mother and daughter in the film, but they both brought their horror A-game. Though initial reviews were mixed, The Fog is retroactively remembered as a minor horror classic.
Can't have the cheerleader of the birthday celebration in tears, can we?
I don't think you ought to go out.
Number 5, Will and Jaden Smith, The Pursuit of Happyness.
Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me.
This one is a real emotional gauntlet of sadness and unrelenting depression, but for those who can make it through to the end credits, you'll be rewarded for your tears. And really, the performances turned in by Will Smith and son Jaden Smith, only 8 years old at the time of the film's release, are rewards unto themselves.
What does probably mean?
It means we have a good chance.
And what does possibly mean?
I know what it means.
What does it mean?
It means that we're not going to the game.
Though not all reviewers appreciated the film or the approach it took to its story, the praise which Smith and son received for their respective performances was nearly unanimous.
You gotta trust me, alright?
I trust you.
Number 4. Ryan and Tatum O'Neal, Paper Moon.
Well, then if you ain't my pa, I want my $200.
This film is really one of a kind. Despite being decades old, and feeling even older given that it was shot in black and white and set in the Depression, this touching dramedy is just as poignant and entertaining as it was in 1973 when it was released. Perhaps it works so well because the parent and child pairing appearing on screen together was actually father and daughter, and therefore had the sort of chemistry that you just can't fake.
It ain't as if you was my pa, that'd be different.
Well, I ain't your pa, so just get that out of your head. I don't care what those neighbor ladies said.
Tatum O'Neal had no acting experience going into the film, but she had clearly inherited her father's talents, because she walked away with the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress at just 10 years of age.
Why don't you go play bingo or something?
I don't want to play bingo.
Number 3. Martin and Charlie Sheen, Wall Street.
Dad, how many times I gotta tell you, I am not a salesman.
Martin Sheen's name remains untarnished despite the public meltdown of son Charlie, but once, they were both operating more on Martin's level. Wall Street is a testament to that time. Released in 1987, the film follows an ambitious young stockbroker, Bud Fox, played by Charlie Sheen, who takes on some rather unethical paths to impress his idol, Gordon Gekko, played by Michael Douglas.
What you see is a guy who never measured a man's success by the size of his wallet.
That's because you never had the guts to go out into the world and stake your own claim.
Martin Sheen plays Bud's father, Carl, a union leader at an airline company that becomes embroiled in the financial plottings. A tale of family versus ambition, and blue-collar versus white-collar business ethics, it's a reminder that talent runs in this family.
So what's with you? How much you need? I don't need anything. I'm doing great.
Number 2. Henry and Jane Fonda, on Golden Pond.
It seems that you and me have been mad at each other for so long.
I didn't know we were mad. I thought we just didn't like each other.
As far as Golden Age Hollywood icons are concerned, Henry Fonda is royalty. And it seems only fitting that for his final performance, he not only got to act alongside another legend, Katharine Hepburn, but with his daughter, Jane Fonda, as well.
Got something for you, too. You know what this is?
The story is an emotionally charged look at life, death, family, interpersonal connection, and mending broken bridges. The film is fantastic and features multiple award-winning performances, but considering the fact that Henry and Jane had a rather troubled relationship themselves, the film also takes on an added level of emotional resonance.
He makes me very happy.
Well, good. Does he speak English?
Bill! I married Bill!
Bill! Oh, Bill! Good, hey!
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Mom, did you know that a man can have as many wives as he wants to here?
And what is that supposed to mean?
On Michael's side, I'm the best man. But coincidentally, I'm also the employer of the bride.
Welcome home, my darling. Oh, God. Oh, you look beautiful.
Number 1. Diane Ladd and Laura Dern, Rambling Rose and Wild at Heart.
You must have a wonderful brain.
Few movies achieve a coveted 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and even fewer deliver a 1-2 punch of mother-daughter performances, quite like 1991's Rambling Rose. It's a powerhouse drama, which earned both mother, Diane Ladd, and daughter, Laura Dern, Oscar nominations for their efforts.
You're looking pretty.
Like my outfit. I made most of it myself.
Of course, this wasn't the first time they'd worked together. The first time they appeared in the same film was all the way back in 1974, when Dern was still a child, in Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore.
And her name is Alice, and today is her first day on the job.
The year before Rambling Rose, they also starred together in Wild at Heart, for which Diane Ladd was also nominated for an Oscar.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.